Alright, it actually didn't take too long. I only needed a couple parts I didn't have. Um, but I imagine this is going to be the end of this game right here. I'm going to finish this rank at a game, I guess, at rank 28 out of 30. So I didn't technically do the last level and a half, but I don't really care because right now it's just numbers that I'm getting. If I want to play more, I'll play more. But right now, I put a good, I want to say 40 hours into this game. I think I'm nearing like the end of what I actually want to play. So here we go.
Be advised, upon confirmation, employment termination is effective immediately. Termination acknowledged. To finalize, insert your employee card into the card reader. Your employment has been terminated. All systems access and communication privileges are revoked. Please remove all personal belongings from the habitation module.
Is it just a bunny? Collect suit. The suit's mine, I guess. And collect the armadillo key. Oh, armadillo key is the key to the... Is it just a short video of him getting in?
Cutter, if you're hearing this, it means you and Beulah are well on your way. Away from Morgan Station, away from Lynx. Hopefully, I'm sipping pina coladas surface side right now, watching the nephews splash in the waves. You know, when I first took up the foreman gig, I figured it was for the money. Then, it got so the money didn't matter. Mattered most was doing right by all you kids coming up. I was already starting to understand that the game's rigged. You know, Lou was right all along. If I could go back and do right by her, I surely would. Folks like her, who fight tooth and nail for the good of others, they keep the rest of this world honest. Without them, well, let's just say that honesty doesn't exactly occur in abundance naturally. What you're embarking on right now is the dream. And you earned it with your own sweat and blood. You're heading into the great wide open. And from here on out, you got no master but yourself. Now, that doesn't mean it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. There's as much bad as good out there. As much failure as opportunity. As many enemies as friends.
Wait, am I finally gonna use the warp gate thingy?
But I know if anyone can make it out there, it's you. I wish I could see what you do. What you make of yourself. Just promise me one thing. When you get to wherever it is you're going, you send me a postcard. Weaver out.
Okay. So, overall, good game. There were definitely parts that annoyed the piss out of me, but it was a good game. The only negative I can say is that I feel like there could have been more. There's plenty of variations of actual ships, but I feel like there could have been more ships in general. That's the only thing I'll say. I'll kind of say. I would love to have actual VR support, like full controller and obviously HMD support, because then you can see the depth of what you're doing rather than just a 2D screen where it's like you're aiming the laser around. It's incredible what VR brings to the table in games like this. I played Lone Echo back when the Rift came out, and I was amazed at what the 3D effect can do for a video game. That being said, it has to be built in mind for it. This obviously really wasn't, but it would have been easier to implement than most, I think, to actually get VR to work on this. Because Lone Echo pretty much... Is it Lone Echo? I think it's Lone Echo. Pretty much hammered out all the movement controls that you need to have in the game to move around in Zero-G. And it can be... this game would be extremely disorienting moving around. But there's a lot of indicators in the game that if you start paying attention to, you can reorient yourself pretty quickly. Yeah, besides that, more ships, or at least like a Steam support, community support type of ships, where they got their own the tools to make ships, because they're all made out of the same basic parts, at least it looks like. Or just like DLC for more ships. The story, again, I wasn't really that interested in the story. I was actually interested in the story at the end. Toward the beginning, it was just like whatever, and toward the middle, it was just like whatever. The only time I started to get interested in when the bad boss started, bad supervisor, I should say, started to come in, which is toward the end of Act 2. Like, he really started to show his teeth. At the end, though, I was kind of liking the story, so I'm glad they did make the story. It's just the only problem I had with the story in this game, or rather the major problem, is a lot of it felt like, except for the scripted parts, a lot of it felt like you could have been out there doing the ship, like actually taking apart the ship while they were talking. Like, there's no reason I can think of why you need to stay in the hab, in your like hub, while you just listen to them talk. That's the most boring way to experience a story, is just listening to others talk and having dialogue just scroll at the bottom and having just space to look at. That is the most boring way you could possibly do it. You could have just let the player out do their 15-minute shift have the story and the dialogue there. And then once the shift ends, then the next piece of dialogue happens that needs to happen in the story. There is no reason for you to be stuck in the hab. That is my main pain point for the story in this game. I think the story is about as well done as it could be for a game like this. This game doesn't really need a story at all. It really does not. Because the whole game's very simple. Here's a ship, take it apart, put it in the right places, put pieces in the right places, take it apart in the right order, next ship. That's the whole game. I don't know why there needed to be a story. I am glad there's one in it, but it didn't add that much for me, personally. The gameplay was great. It's a one-trick pony. It does what it does very well. It's kind of like a lot of different similar games in that regard. It's a one-trick pony, and it focuses in one area of an aspect of a thing, and it does it really well. American or European Truck Simulator, I could say the same. It's all about trucks. If you want to drive trucks and that's all you want to do, it does that extremely well. Play the game. There's no need for any story. But yeah, the only critique I can give the game is it needed more ships. I think I ended up doing most of the variations of the ships, but I definitely did every single ship. As far as like the main body. The thing of it was once you figure it out, even just the variations, once you figure it out, the main ship and how to take it apart in what order, everything else was the same every single time. So there wasn't that much variety, is what I'm driving at. This game did take me, I think it was almost 40 hours total to get to level 28. It probably would have taken me about 42 or 43 to get to level 30. And that's the standard difficulty. I can't say I'll be replaying this game unless like a huge chunk of DLC comes out, because this is one of those games where you do one thing a lot and then you're kind of done. Repetitive. It's supposed to be replayable, but it's extremely repetitive because there isn't a ton of variation in the ways that you can take apart ships. There's certain things you have to do in a certain order to take some of it apart, at the very least. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this wasn't very long, but I wanted anybody who watched the Let's Play series to actually see the real ending. I believe that was a real ending. I don't think you get anything for level 30 other than maybe a trophy on Steam or something, or an achievement. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna try it right now. I'm pretty sure that killed my save. It might have not have. I'm just gonna double check. I'll probably try to release this video on the same day as the other. That way there it's not just one 12-minute video.
Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal.
No, it's still the same.
Good day.
So I can pick up where I left off. That was just the end game cutscene. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe and notification bell if you want to see more. If you don't, that's fine too. I'll be doing a different Let's Play game. I'm not sure what quite yet, but I'm sure it'll be out there. I've been playing a little bit of No Man's Sky alongside of this because I guess I just have I'm having a space game thing right now. But yeah. I guess there's really not much else to say. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Have a good day. And hopefully I'll see you later.